Okay, I had a phone call come in, so I have to apologize. That video was a little shorter. The previous video was a little shorter than I had planned. But I did squirt some JB Blaster on there and got this flywheel loose, you know, by protecting it with the copper slug. For me, it's a copper penny. And put right there. Put the nut back on, several turns down, put the copper penny there. Then you get your lever onto the edge. And then I've got some 1/4 inch, maybe a little bigger plate, steel plate there that I use so that fulcrum, which is the screwdriver, isn't touching that plastic manifold. You know, there's a lot of banging going on there and you can crack them. So this is off now. As you can see, it's going to come right off. So let me set this camera down again and go back to work. So we're going to get that flywheel off of there, and I'll either put a new flywheel key on there or at least flip it over and get everything back in line. So that's, the flywheel key is still in one piece, but it's got a pretty big groove in it. Hit this with a paper towel. I want to clean that groove out and that crankshaft. This is just a kitchen knife. You'd be amazed how much I use this. I definitely use it on Briggs & Stratton carburetors, the modern type, to get the carb bowl off. Very handy little thing to use. Okay, so now let me set this back in here and get everything where it's perfectly lined up. Where did my starter cup go? There it is. I'm going to try and flip this over. I can look at the little grooves that were made when this thing was hit, whatever knocked it out of place, and I'm going to flip it over and put it in the other way. And everything should be all lined up then. I'll probably show you the difference. Okay, turn it around this way, and now you'll see the difference. So I flipped the flywheel key over. I haven't replaced it because it wasn't completely sheared, but I want you to see the difference. See how that's all squared up? The edges of the flywheel key are right in line with the edges of that key groove. So this is all squared up now. And now I can put the starter cup back on. So let's go ahead and do that. That's all looking just great. And then we'll go back to the carburetor. I hadn't planned on doing this, but as often happens with these old mowers, they've struck things and hit things, and they're not going to run great if that spark's not arriving at the right time. I'm just cleaning out the starter cup. Okay, there we go. Now going back on, the smooth side is the side that was down. That's the side that was up. See where all the dirt is. So we're gonna put it back the same way. And let me get my hearing protection on. And get my impact wrench. I think there'll be enough torque on there now. So we got the spark arriving at the correct time, and let's go ahead and get this carburetor off there because it is filthy. It's going to have to be I have to address it somewhere. So let's get it off. Let's get it off of there. 3/8 socket. Oh, wow. That's kind of loose. Oh, you know, I don't want to break something, so I'm going to put this little screw back in here. That'll help stabilize this piece here. So I put that in too tight too. Let me get the other one going. There we go. Got so much leaf and dirt debris down there. I don't want to lose that screw that holds the carb on. Let me keep it separate from the other screws, because they're a little different. They're not like the ones that you're taking out of here. There's a little unthreaded part at the bottom, and that's what holds the carburetor. All right, so now I'm going to get this throttle spring off by lifting it up, because I don't want to bend it. I'm going to lift it up and then take it this way, and then it'll come down, and then it comes off. And I'll just leave it attached there. I'm going to get this carburetor off by, I'm going to take it down and then over to get it off that angle. Okay, so it just pops off like that. And this carburetor may be okay. I doubt it, because this mower's probably been sitting out in somebody's backyard for a long time. We got a 1/2 inch socket, and we're going to go in and look at this carburetor and see if it's as horrible as I suspect it is. There's probably going to be fuel in here, so let me go ahead and turn this to the side and get it out of there. Looking for something to put it in, but I don't see anything. I don't know what's going to come out of here, so let me get this old Folgers coffee can. Yeah, it's coming out. So this is, I just want to get this fuel out of here before I take it apart and make a small mess into a big mess. Okay, so they kind of tilt it back and forth to get that float to where everything's out of the way. Okay, there we go. Got a little more. Trying to get as much of it out as I can. There's still some in there. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Okay, I'm sure there's still a lot left in there, but I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Let me get a paper towel. I just want to see how bad this thing is. Okay, now it'll pour it. Let's try that. Try it that way. Got the bowl loose. There we go. All right, getting all that stuff out of there. That's going to help get it out. Hey. Okay. I'm going to try and unscrew this. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Well, I'm just going to put it on. It may not be on camera, but I guess that's on camera. Okay. So unscrewing the bowl nut. And we're going to take a look in here and see how bad it is. That looks clean. Not bad at all. All right, now we're going to take this off. That looks remarkably good. I'm shocked. That looks okay. So this carburetor may not be junk after all. It may just be dirty. So So I've got my little washer back on there. Let me look real quick here to make sure these jets aren't blocked. It looks okay. Let me see if I can set it down here, see if I can put a little wire in there and make sure it's not blocked. Okay, it's clear. So believe it or not, this filthy carburetor may be okay, as it appears to be working all right and not too full of old horrible dirt. All right, so now let me get this back together. That may be actually okay. It's just so dirty in there. All right, I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to try and clean some of this dirt out of here while I'm working in between videos. But you can see where I'm headed with this. I'm going to try and save this mower.